And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video, of course, as you can read in the title, we are going to be discussing some transfer news. You can tell it is mid-May and reports state we are accelerating our plans for signing number 2 this summer. So we'll discuss some transfer news a bit later on, whilst also going through why Rangers have been handed or could be set for a cash windfall going into the transfer window, whilst also discussing, this weekend's game, and the Scottish Cup. Well, let's start with this weekend. Of course, we are back in action this weekend for the final game of the Scottish Premiership season. A game that probably a lot of Rangers fans won't care a monkeys about. Of course, again, Celtic are going to be lifting the title, so I will be staying offline probably for the weekend and avoiding social media, so I don't have to see this crap. But hopefully the players watch it. Hopefully they can inject that pain of seeing them lift the title and use that as motivation going into the Scottish Cup final in a week's time. Now, this game against Hearts, whilst I don't really care too much about it, it is kind of important for us. We got back to winning ways, of course, against Dundee. Now we need to keep on winning and keep this winning momentum going into this one against Hearts so we can be set up for the Scottish Cup final. Whilst winning the Scottish Cup isn't going to mend what's happened over the last 6 to 7 weeks, it will go away in helping us set up ourselves for next season and the actual history and record books. Look, Celtic, if they win that game, they will equal the amount of Old Firm wins that they've got and will equal the amount of trophy toll that we've got. And whilst some may say you're just prolonging the inevitable, it's quite good to maybe start the season still being in front in all of those metrics. It also sees Philippe Clement get a monkey off of his back, get the monkey off of his back of not winning an Old Firm game. We want to not have that going into the next season and actually win a meaningful Old Firm derby going into next season if we're going to be going on this title charge with a new team. I just like to see our managers not create a record for themselves, because when going into Old Firm derbies, it's all about, how many he's lost, he's never won one, and it's just unnecessary pressure going into next season. So it is important. I'm not saying it's going to save our season, because it's not. Even if we win a cup double, it's not going to save our season, and the players should be held accountable still, and those players should not be wearing a Rangers jersey again. But it is important for a few things, as you can see. The petty side of things in terms of the history and the record books, but also, more importantly, Philippe Clement going into next season, that he can win a meaningful Old Firm derby when it matters for a trophy as well. And of course, he'd have ticked off 2 out of 3 in less than a year, so it's not too bad going for a manager. Now, of course, there was some football played last night, which seeing Leeds United progress to the playoff final. And whilst you may go, why the heck are you talking about Leeds United? Well, a former Rangers player used to play for them, Glenn Kamara, of course, left last summer after Michael Beale somewhat bombed him out of the team. We did get some decent money for Glenn, but we could be about to get 500,000 more. Yes, 10 times more than what we paid for him in a cash windfall. That is if Leeds United, of course, get promoted to the Premier League. Of course, they are in the final. They'll find out who they play tonight, as the next semi-final is going to be taking place. If Leeds go up, Rangers do get an extra £500,000, which could go a way of helping to our transfer budget. Whilst £500,000 not a lot, to a Scottish team it actually is. It could probably help us out a little bit as well, because we don't really pay huge amounts of transfer fees, and 500k could maybe get a nice unearthed gem. Now, talking about unearthed gems, going into the summer transfer window, troops. And whilst you might be saying at the start, well, why is he talking about second summer signing? Guys, Cordoba's pretty much done. It's not a done deal. I'm not done dealed it yet. But, of course, you've seen him in attendance at Ibrox. And there's a lot of reports, even in the Rangers inside media and all these kind of things, that signing is pretty much done. I'll done deal it soon, but it's not done dealed yet. But it's pretty much the first deal is kind of agreed. And now reports are stating, and I like the look of this one, that we could be going in for Stoke City's Sol Sidibé. Now, again, look, this one emerged 2 days or a day ago from a few sources down south, stating that Rangers, alongside AC Milan and Chelsea, were linked with the player. However, reports have emerged later today that Rangers have accelerated plans a little bit further for the 17-year-old. He's held very high regard and is currently contracted until 2025. He has 8 first-team appearances under his belt. That's absolutely amazing, and is currently an England under-17s international. And again, look, to already play that, he's 2007 born. He's a player who's played in two English top leagues, and he's Stoke's third youngest player ever. And whilst there is a lot of interest in him, Rangers have accelerated ahead of AC Milan and Chelsea to try and land him. Now, of course, if it's a battle between all three of us, you know that who's going to win that one. But those teams were just merely linked at this moment in time. And according to reports, Rangers have accelerated their plans to try and land the player. So, again, I like going down that route of 17-year-olds. When I first seen him being linked to Stoke City player, I was thinking, fuck's sake, another journeyman, but of course is a younger player, 17 years old, and this is the kind of area I want to be going down as a Rangers supporter, for us to buy players and all of these kind of things. So yeah, I think that one would be a decent signing, and I like us going down into that market rather than the journeymans. So 17 years old, played 8 games at first team level in the Championship. That's not bad going. And certainly someone that Niels Cooper is probably keeping an eye on. But already the transfer window is looking to be very positive so far. As I say, Cordoba, we're actually signing a centre-back who's not played in the Championship. He's 22 years old and looks the part. And then, of course, another younger player. But I think we're going to be going in for more hefty as well. Looks like a potential, well, it looks like that one's hit a roadblock, but it's still a player that we're probably linked to. But let's see. Let's see what we've got this summer, and hopefully we can have a Rangers team that we're all going to be proud of going into next season. Following that, guys, and I'm probably going to make a dedicated video for this one a bit later on, so I'm not going to go too diving deep into it, but the Player of the Year in Scotland and the Scottish Football Writers Player of the Year, I think the same kind of thing, but 2 different awards. Lawrence Shankland won the award, and go back to January deadline day. Not just me, fans, everyone, supporters. We were sat there saying Rangers need to sign Lawrence Shankland for £3 million. He will land us the Champions League and land us the title. Rangers didn't do it. One Player of the Year. And, yeah, that just goes to show. It just goes to show football, innit? Sometimes supporters do know the best. I'm not saying supporters always know best, but my goodness me, we were on the top of Ibrox roofs shouting to this board to sign him, and he wasn't signed. But maybe I'll dedicate a little video to that a bit later on, and whether we should go and sign him going forward. Anyway, that brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.